Obviously recognizable to me when you've seen the film. In case you don't know, that there Clark is an RV. More than welcome to go over there under the overhang, grab the hose, take some pictures, and even say that famous line I know we're all thinking. You're more than welcome to grab the hose and take some pictures. Now, what you are looking at is a 1973 Ford Contour 2 motorcycle. And just like its co-stars in the film, it had to get a makeover. And why is that? Because this year Butte is made of fiberglass and aluminum. It can't rust. So that beautiful patina all down the sides that you see is nothing more than movie magic, added by the prop house to give it that Cousin Eddie twist for the film. Now that prop house was located in California where the movie was shot. So when Mark purchased the RV, he had to figure out how in the world he was going to get this beauty back here to Medina. So he looked at shipping it, both by truck and even by rail. But when none of that panned out, he made a decision to just drive it. This here girl runs. So not only did he drive it in the condition in which you see it, he was towing our 3,000-pound Naughty and Nice Globe, which you're going to see in the Grand Hall. Now, you saw what Mark looked like in that film, right? I want you to imagine being in traffic, looking over and seeing this, with that man behind the wheel, just a waving away. It would have been quite a spectacle. Speaking of cross-country journeys, our Nutcracker and Rat King also have a cross-country twist. Mark's daughter was in the Cleveland Ballet, performed in the Nutcracker. She asked her dad to make a little something special to commemorate that time. Those are Mark's idea of a little something special. Now, he made 4 of them, gave them to the ballets, and please don't take them out of Ohio. But if you know anything about the Cleveland Ballet, you will know they left Ohio. And when they did, they promptly took all 4 of our pieces with them. But we rescued them from across the country once again. Now there are 2 here in our courtyard and 2 in the Arts District in Cleveland. Now the last piece has a Cleveland twist, and that is that little red wagon. That little guy is from the opening scenes of a very famous movie filmed in Cleveland 40 years ago this year. Anybody know what that would be? Christmas Story! Yeah, that's the popcorn wagon you see in front of the Hickory store in the opening scenes of the film. Now, in about an hour and 40 minutes, your tour is going to come out that white door. When it does, you're more than welcome to stick around our courtyard and take as many pictures as you would like. That RV has been hosted hundreds of Christmas cards, 6 marriage proposals, and 1 full-blown in-costume cousin-ready wedding. If you follow me, we're going to entertain the workshop. All right. So, it's Cannon Cuckoo Clock up here. This is from Lord & Taylor, part of their Platinum Award-winning 2015 Speed Shop display. Now, this clock is magic, and it'll do something. It's powered by Christmas spirit. And there's enough of it in the room all at once, it'll do something really, really cool. So on the count of 3, I need everyone to give me a big old Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
On the count of 3, I love the enthusiasm. All right, now, 1, 2, 3.
Merry Christmas!
is, yeah.
So again, that is close in New York City. Like I said, Lord and Taylor. You will see the rest of the sweet shop display later in the tour. But before I keep talking about, are there any letters to Santa Claus in this group? You come right up here. Everyone stay there. Right here, this conveyor belt over here. Set it there, yeah. Watch this. Down the conveyor belt it goes. Kind of that big pile down there. Now every night, Santa Claus comes through here, opens up any of the unopened letters, reads them, finds out what people are thinking, what they may want for Christmas next year, and then he puts the open letters back here among all the piles to be added to the decoration. All right. Now, if you all want to carefully follow me down this ramp. Cartoons, Muppets and Sesame Street, even the flavors of Disney, and even a couple presidents are here in this hallway with us. But the biggest tribute we have is this costume right here, and I want everyone to get a good look at this costume. So scoot this way or adjust yourselves as needed.
It's Santa's costume.
That is correct. Not just any Santa's costume. This is the genuine original Kris Kringle costume from 1947's Miracle on 34th Street, worn by Edmund Gwenn himself. Now, if you have never seen Miracle on 34th Street, I have to ask, what are you doing with your life? This is one of the best Christmas movies of all time. It's a classic, and so please give it a watch if you've never seen it. You're in for a real treat, especially because this is the best Santa Claus on screen that has ever been, and that is a fact. Also, this costume is just so rare. To have this on display, great condition in the castle, it's a miracle. Like finding water in the desert or a Super Bowl win for the Browns. It's just unheard of. I make that joke as a loyal Browns fan. Now, there's two TVs in this hallway, depending on where you are. One of them, Mark's
Hello and welcome to Castle Noel. We're so excited to have you here. This is our Hall of Fame. These are some of the wonderful people that helped Santa Claus create all that great Christmas spirit. And that's why we're here, so that you can have a great Christmas spirit, take it home, and enjoy the rest of the holiday season. Well, let's look at some of the great photos. One of my favorites, Ron Howard and his little brother Clint. This photograph is from the movie The Grinch. And we like to talk about Ron Howard because we have over 400 props and costumes from The Grinch, which you're going to see later, even The Grinch's sleigh. But back in the day, in the 1960s, Ron and his little brother Clint were the stars of the #1 and #2 shows on television. Ron was, of course, Andy Taylor in the Andy Griffith Show, but what was his little brother the star of? General Ben!
Now, General Ben was one of Hollywood's largest stars, as he was a real-life mayor named Bruno.
Hey, if you got that one, let's go see one that's a little more difficult. This is the Munsters Christmas photo. Of course, there's Lily Munster. She played the mom. Now, the mom was played by Yvonne DiCarlo. Now, back in the day, Yvonne DiCarlo was a big star. In fact, she was the star of a major Hollywood holiday motion picture. Anybody know what that was? This one's a little tougher, isn't it? Notice I said holiday, not Christmas, because she was Moses' wife in the
This is one done by Dana and a couple of her friends before Castle Noel opened. It was actually on display at the North Olmsted Mall for a little bit. Once Castle Noel opened, they realized they wanted it back to put it right here, just to show everybody where they started and where they are now. This beautiful place, Castle Noel. But right behind me is the Blizzard Vortex, and I'm going to have Mark tell you a little bit more about it.
Here we are at the Blizzard Vortex. The Ice Princess has created the Blizzard Vortex, so we can all go back to our childhood. and enjoying Castle Noel the way it was intended, like a bunch of kids. So are you ready to go? I am. Like they told me, you have to go to the room and take it back. Whoa! Whoa! Wow, I really do feel young.
Oh!
I think I'm gonna need a new pair of pants though. Maybe we're better off the other way. I don't know if this is better or not. Well, maybe I'll go back in later and spend some time at the beach.
Alright, so as you guys are walking on through here, I promise you nothing is moving that you're holding on to or balancing on. If for some reason you have vertigo or feel like you can't go through, that is totally fine. Just stay at the back. But if not, you guys can follow me around through. So we're gonna ask that everybody come on in. Alright. Excuse me. Alright. So what you guys are looking at is one of the Fifth Avenue Christmas displays from 2020. Fun fact, the people were actually one of the first to be 3D modeled and printed, which I think is pretty cool there. And this is supposed to represent Dyker Heights, which is a neighborhood in New York City. And each year they have the biggest Christmas competitions ever. So if any of you guys go, just take some pictures for me. But if not, now we're going to continue on here. So right behind me is that I had that Christmas Toyland experience. So what we did is we remodeled all of it for our 10th year anniversary. And this is how it looks. So as you guys are going on through here, you're going to see 1,000 Hot Wheels, over 2 million Monopoly monies, and individually pasted on there, thousands of Barbies. So if you guys want to head right on in.